Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker with Tools. Today we're going to be talking about a new compact tool bag from Veto Pro Pac, so let's get into that on Tinker with Tools. Now about a month and a half ago, I went over the loadout and selection of my Veto Pro Pac TPXXL, which is my primary tool bag, or the one that I turn to when I kind of need to do a little bit of everything, or even if I don't know what I'm going to do. But because of the versatility that I've packed into this bag, there definitely is a lot of weight to it compared to what I would normally carry around if I'm just doing a lighter task. So to compensate for that, I have actually selected a smaller tool bag as well. And just in fact, this happens to be the free item that came with the TPXXL as part of the spring promotion that I believe is going to be over by the time you see this video. So today what we're going to be doing is going through talking about the bag itself, what I like, but then also kind of going through what I've chosen to be in there. And then I want to get feedback from you on what you would put in here that may not already be in there. Now, if you have any interest in the loadout for this bag, I'll make sure to have it linked with a link up above so you can go ahead and check that out. There is a lot of awesome stuff in this bag, and so far I have been really happy with it. It has actually performed very well and done just about everything that I wanted it to. There definitely are some corners I'm going to have to cut with the smaller bag, but it also packs a lot of versatility. So let's go ahead and get into the smaller bag. Now the smaller bag is going to be the Veto Pro Pac SP-MC, and it is going to be a new bag this year. Like I said, it was part of their spring promotion that they came out with just this year. But like I said, I believe the spring promotion is actually going to be over or will be ending soon by the time this video airs. Now, part of the thing that I love about this bag is it has a lot of the same characteristics that I like about the larger TP XXL or any of those TP lines, in that it is an enclosed bag, but you can go ahead and undo the flap, and now you have full access to the inside of the tool pouch. That is a nice feature, and one that I think is really awesome in allowing you to get good full access, but still kind of keeping the tools covered. Additionally, the front flap serves dual purpose because there also is going to be access from the front when the bag is closed, but when it's open, there's also a zipper on the inside that allows you to gain access to the same storage area, and you can even see what's in there when you've got it from the inside. Now, rounding out kind of the main part of the bag, there is going to be a front pouch up here as well that you can fit a little bit of stuff in. If you turn the bag around, then there is also going to be a back pouch back here that I do have a couple of different things in as well. You do have the hook that kind of extends out of the back that allows you to hang this bag on something to have it up off the ground. That is really nice. It does not come with any sort of shoulder strap, but it does have kind of a carry handle, and it's got the hooks if you wanted to rig something up. The bottom is going to be the typical hard plastic that you've seen from Veto Pro Pac that allows you to be able to set it down in a variety of stuff, including wet areas. Now, what makes the bag so unique, in my opinion, or really nice, is the fact that it's then got these two detachable side pockets that allow you to kind of have some more versatility when you want here. And the best part about them is they do come off, and then you can actually go ahead and run this on your tool belt or just leave it off altogether, and the bag gets significantly smaller. Same thing goes for the other side, where you can go ahead and pull this right off. Can be used on a tool belt, you can carry it with you, or you can just choose to run the bag significantly smaller and really cut down on the size of the bag. Love this feature about it. All right, so then with the main features of the bag talked about already, let's go ahead and talk about what I've chosen to load out in this bag, or some of the things that I've included in it so far. I have a compact 16-foot tape measure. This is going to be the DeWalt Tough Series. Nice little compact tape measure, still has a decently rigid blade on it and has good standoff. I typically don't need a whole lot more than 16 foot for the stuff that I do, but you could obviously upgrade to a 25 foot there if you wanted as well. I do have a Milwaukee fastback knife. Specifically, this is going to be the one with the optional screwdriver attachment on the back of it. I am then also running some of these new Klein USA kind of patriotic tools, if you will. This is just going to be the number 2 Phillips and the slotted screwdrivers. Then in the center compartment, once again, kind of going with that USA theme, I do just have the Klein wire strippers. I've gone with the Knipex forged wire strippers in my bag a lot of times, and that is what the full-size bag still has. But I just went with kind of a lighter duty option here in case I still need to do strip of wire. Now I also do have kind of this standard style of pencil. This is actually from Klein. It's one of the newer items they have there. They call it their scribes, but it is just going to be that kind of deep hole pencil that allows you to kind of refill the lead. It has the sharpener built in. It really, for me, replaces a standard kind of carpenter's pencil and is just overall a better option in my opinion. So I've got one of those in there. And then I also have a Coast pen light that offers a nice focused beam, and that is going to be all that is in this side pouch. All right, now over on to the other side pouch. This is going to be kind of the more drill holster oriented pouch. And in fact, that's what I've got in it right now. I've got the new M12 subcompact drill driver that is just going to be one of the smallest drills that you can do. You could easily carry an impact driver in here, but the most recent task I was doing, a drill was the better option, so that's in there. And with this drill, it really is compact enough that it doesn't really make a ton of difference between drill and impact driver. Eventually, I'm going to have a couple of bits kind of stored in the side here that you'd be able to use, or kind of for your more common tasks. I haven't quite gotten those situated yet, but they will kind of make their way to these side pouches. I think there's room for probably maybe about 2 or 3 different bits, and so you kind of have your most used common bits there. Once again, you can go ahead and use this on your belt if you wanted to. It is open bottom, so if you do want to leave the bit in, you can, and it is just ready to go and very nice there. All right, so now moving on to the main tool bag, let's go ahead and talk real briefly about what is in here. This is an area where I've had to kind of pare down what I would normally carry, but I still found a way to carry the tools I would need to do the common tasks that I'm used to doing. So first and foremost, I like having a ratcheting screwdriver. I get that this isn't for everyone. My rationale for definitely having a ratcheting screwdriver in here is if for whatever reason I decide not to carry the side pouch that is going to have the standard Phillips and slotted screwdriver, I do have both of those options in this screwdriver. This is the LTT ratcheting screwdriver. I love it. I know it's not for everyone. There are other good options, and I'll link a few down below. Next up, I do have an electric screwdriver, and once again, the idea behind this is if I choose to leave the drill off, but I still want something kind of power tool wise, I can go ahead and use this. Now this is going to be the Bosch Go 3. This is the newest electric screwdriver that I picked up, and I have to say I like it more than the DeWalt replacement for the gyroscopic. The gyroscopic is still my favorite. That's what's going into that bag. Now it does have varying torque levels and speeds, so you can go ahead and adjust that. And then as always, it will kind of operate forward and reverse with a switch here at the back. Now in my larger bag, I do have a Klein kind of Connect toolkit that has a socket and some pass-through sockets and everything. I couldn't actually fit even the smaller versions of that in this bag with the other stuff I've chosen to load out, and it just didn't work out really well. So instead, I went with these combination ratcheting wrenches. Each wrench has 4 different sizes on it, but this will go from 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. They are not metric. I find that for the most of what I do, I'm not running into metric sizes. And so for this more compact bag, I decided to go with something that was just going to be a little bit simpler, but still offer me the ability to kind of ratchet on and off with a wrench. And I think that was a good selection for the bag. Now inside, I do have a pair of needle nose pliers that also have a combination cutter on them. Once again, that Klein Patriotic set, I picked up pretty much everything they have to offer from those, so that's what's made into this bag just because they're some of the newer stuff that I have that I'm trying out. Next up, we are going to have 2 tools from Knipex, and these are going to be something I've used in a bag before, but when I went back to the slightly larger bag, I wanted to have a full-size version. That is going to be the Knipex water pump pliers, or the Cobras. This is going to be the 7 1/4 inch size. And then I do have the 7 1/4 inch size of the pliers wrench. Now, these are excellent tools. I love them. I really do like the versatility that they offer, but I have found that oftentimes if I'm using a pliers wrench, I sometimes also want to have a second one or something else they can grab on. So for that case, I do just have a Baco adjustable wrench in here as well. Now that might be a little bit overkill on the number of wrenches when you consider these ratcheting combination wrenches, the adjustable wrench, and then also the pliers wrench, and then frankly the water pump pliers could function as a wrench in a real pinch. But for now, this was going to be in the bag. If you'd choose something different, go ahead and let me know what you would choose. I'd be interested in hearing it. Now, one of the last items I have in here, I chose to go with the Icon ratcheting bit set, and this is just going to be that kind of famous Icon bit set that offers a really good bit selection with a little T-handle or just standard bit ratchet. This is what I'm going to use for the bits in here. If I need to use something with the drill or with an impact driver, this is what I'm going to use. It does offer some versatility. Now lastly, around back, I do just have a little writing pad. I like to have one of these in every single bag that I do in case I need to scribble down some measurements or something, or a little plan for something. All right, so there you have it, the Veto Pro Pac SP-MC. In combination with my larger bag, this is a really good option. I did just go ahead and weigh it. Without either of the side pouches on it, it comes in just over 10 pounds fully loaded. And then with those side pouches on it, it's about 15. So it did cut nearly half the weight off of what I was carrying around with the larger bag, and will still carry around when I need it, but I just don't need that each and every time I need a tool. And so having a lighter option, and one that can even get as light as 10 pounds, so far, love the bag. It is definitely my favorite, more compact option that I've used from Veto Pro Pac. I think I've tried the SBLD, and then last year I tried the DP3 and didn't love that one. But this, so far, I'm really enjoying it and really liking what it has to offer. So go ahead and let me know what you would change about it. If you have any questions about the bag or anything that I've included in it, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. And until next time, I will catch you on Tinker with Tools.